Welcome back to the channel. We have commodities, shiny rocks, precious metals. We're looking at where price action might be headed to. We've got a bunch of charts coming up. We're going to quickly go through gold and silver because we've covered them on the channel already. Then we're going to touch on to palladium and platinum. Then I will leave you with an article regarding a new commodity coming to the asset class, potentially. Be sure to stick around to the end to not miss any of what's really going on, or skip through the video with the included timestamps down below that I have to custom make and add every video. Anyway, here looking at gold, as we can see, bullish buy suggestions back in the end of 2018 allowed us to experience 62% return on our investment over the following years here. By sort of like August of 2020 there, we had risen by 62% of gold's value following those bullish confirmations. And we've since printing that high in August, we've traded sideways here, it would appear. We even attempted to reach upward toward those unfathomable heights above $2,000. We printed a rather unsightly, slightly bearish sort of swing high here on the sort of 7th of March weekly candle that failed to break above the high met throughout August, printing a lower high, suggesting perhaps continued bearish price action, which may look like some continued sideways moving forward as we make our way through this, consolidating triangular pattern here, compressing us toward resistance eventually if we were to respect this ascending trend line kind of toward the end of it. Locally overhead, we do have $1,855 giving us a hard time as resistance for us. 1,940 is going to be a much more significant level of resistance waiting for us there. Once we have bullish robos in play, we can perhaps get more bullish on gold moving toward the upside. Here it would appear continued sideways and or downside may occur. Two of our chosen 3 robo advisors are bearish, so we are waiting for the return of those bullish parameters. Perhaps that buy for and moon could come back into play here. Technically, the Robo Cloud Advisor is still bullish ever since 2019. You can invest 50% of your gold investment once we have bullish Robo confirmations. 20% can be invested in at support once that has been solidified, either down below 1772 or the much stronger level 1680. And that remaining 30% can be invested when we find ourselves above this descending trend line of overhead resistance at the moment. Just going with the flow of commodities, be sure to implement your robos properly. Looking at silver, we need 2 of our chosen 3 robos returning to a bullish state for us to invest that 50% engineering robo based investment ratio. 20% can be invested in at support. Hopefully, we can experience support along $19.81. We're looking for continued kind of interaction with that level. We are not eager to invest at it at the moment. So far, the strongest horizontal level of support waiting for us technically would be $9.45 if we were to continue any sort of dramatic moves downward. Along the way, though, waiting to potentially save us is $13.72. So those are the 3 levels to watch out for in any sort of continued downward movement suggested by bearish robos in play. All 3 of our chosen robo advisors have entered a bearish state here. The first sell for appeared on the sort of end of September of 2020. The HE double hockey sticks heck robo advisor, for YouTube's sake, we had to censor that apparently. That came into play throughout August there, and we finally have the cloud sell showing up with that buy for and sell for alternation. All 3 of our robos are bearish, so continued sideways and or downside may play out here, it would appear, and that remaining 30% can be invested when we find ourselves above this descending trend line of resistance, whenever that may be. We have platinum. Here it would appear bearish robos have returned, so we are looking for interaction towards support, potentially down below 821 is looking to give us a good time if we can hold above it. Hopefully, watch out for continued interaction with that level. If not, 564 is the next level that we may plummet to or move toward over the coming weeks here if bearish robos were to remain. So we have to go with the flow and watch out for Robo. 50% is invested when we have bullish confirmations from EngineeringRobo. 20% is invested at support once that has been further solidified, and that remaining 30% can be invested when we find ourselves above this solid descending trend line. Also watch out for overhead resistance waiting for us at 1076. And finally, palladium. Here it would appear in a bit of a similar situation as well. Bearish robos are in play recently, so we are looking for interaction downward here. Perhaps 1541 can provide us some support. We also have this ascending trend line here suggesting an overall longer term uptrend may be in play. Bullish interaction with this uptrend line would be nice to see. Watch out for overhead resistance waiting for us. 2879 will be waiting to give us a hard time at the moment. Previous bullish confirmations from EngineeringRobo ever since back in 2016 have allowed us to see 343% in upside between 2016 and 2020, and then even throughout 2020 into 2021, we were able to experience 27% in upside here during this ridiculous range of sideways. Now, toward the end of it, we have printed a nice higher high throughout March here, though a major rejection has occurred. So how far this dip goes is to be determined. Watch out for aforementioned support and our uptrend line. Though at the moment, with bearish robos in play, potential sideways price action may continue to play out. You already know, 50% when we have bullish robos, 20% at support once that has been solidified, and 30% can be invested when we find ourselves above the soon-to-be revealed down trend line. At the moment, there is not enough significant price action to visualize one. If we were to really try to get one on the screen, we could draw one that might look like this. Though I'm not a huge fan of it, we could even do one that looks like this. Whole bunch of nonsense if you ask me. So the downtrend line will be visualized when necessary. And now I'm going to leave you with an article titled "Bitcoin is the only coin the SEC chairman will call a commodity." The chairman of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission said on CNBC that the only token he would lump in with commodities was Bitcoin. Why it matters, potentially. The chairman declined to name any cryptocurrency other than the original one, notable because the market has been operating under the assumption that there is a sort of wink and nod understanding that either is not a security. So find this article in the description. It kind of goes more into details regarding how some serious people in the traditional world of finance feel about various cryptos and whatnot. I believe a lot of them are classified as securities, and they will be hit with the much more potent regulatory frameworks that are coming. Those cryptos that are truly decentralized and can maintain a commodity status, I believe, will go more unscathed through this, extreme fear-filled time of rules and regulations. Volatility is plaguing the nation. Where will we go, up or down? Nobody really knows. Wow. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for hearing my analysis. Let me know in the comment section anything you'd like to see in the next video, whether it be a coin, company, or commodity. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and tune in for the next one.